Hi guys, it's Dom Mustache Man here to help developers get better at sharing their thoughts and ideas with other people. Today we're going to be looking at public speaking and how you can use it at work. Now for some of you this might be a little bit far off and that is fine. For others though, you're thinking about, I do enjoy speaking or I don't mind giving a talk. How can I use this sort of on a day-to-day basis? And I've come up with 4 ideas. They are training manuals, demos, lightning talks, and social media. Now, there might be others, and if you've come up with any, I'd love to hear what you've been up to, and if you could drop them in a video below, that would be great. So the first one I thought about was training manuals. Now, everyone knows that sort of if it's your first day at work or you're working on a new software bit, there's stuff to download, there's things to do, and no one's quite sure how it works or what's the order. A great way of using public speaking skills is just putting together a series of screencasts where you walk through that process. Now, it has the benefit of doing 2 things. One, it clarifies that you know what it is and what it should be. It sets you up as a subject expert in a company, but it also has the added benefit of giving you practice of speaking and articulating clearly and sharing your knowledge with other people. So that's definitely one good way. The second way is lightning talks. Now, lightning talks, they tend to be no more than 10 minutes. They're usually about 5 minutes or so, and it's about what you've been doing or a project or a new piece of software that you've come up with. And this is a really, really good way of getting sort of more involved in speaking and sharing your knowledge because especially if you're at a meetup group or something like that, this is a really good way of practicing how can I share an idea as concisely as possible but still get people engaged and get inspired by it. So you can either look for a local meetup group to do that in, or you can just set one up in your own company and just sort of have maybe one Friday a month or something like that where you just spend some time doing some lightning talks and just listen to what people have been working on. The third one is demos. Now this will be a little bit more dependent on the structure of your company, but if you're a design agency or you're with or you're a software house and your job is to go out and sell a product, it may be helpful to start thinking about can you tag along when the sales team goes out to do demos, or even or raise your hand and volunteer to do those demos. Because again, going back to setting up training manuals, this is a good way of you practicing sharing your knowledge, testing engagement, and building rapport with people. And it's a really, really important asset. I can't stress that enough, that the ability to express yourself will take you so much further than you knowing 50 different programming languages. And finally, the last thing is to set up an AMA or a social media profile where people can chat to you and ask you questions. Now that can seem daunting, so you may want to take a smaller chunk of that initially, but the idea is sort of like just try and be the face of whatever department you're in or whatever team you're on, and just take small steps of becoming a master of that. And the reason why that's, again, is helpful is it helps clarify what you know, it helps you become a product expert, but also it gives you the ability to use your public speaking and to network and get engagement with other areas of the business. So those are the 4 ideas that I've come up with. Again, I'd love to hear what else you guys have been working on. If you like this video, please subscribe below so you know when I make new ones. And if you think someone else can benefit from it, please feel free to share it with a friend. That's it for me now, and I will see you next time.